Now, if you think about miracles that go on that we see, so you could say, oh, it was a miracle that Israel was so successful in 12 days. It was a miracle that we didn't lose any fighter pilots over Iran. Now, the question is what you mean by miracle in that context. You could explain this, right? We can explain very clearly on a military strategic level how this happened. It doesn't mean that we don't think that God isn't behind it, or we can't attribute to that. The same way we believe that God is the one that causes the sun to rise in the morning, even though we know exactly how that happens and why that happened. So I think that that's part of the trick here is to figure out, well, when we're saying it's problematic to pray for something, and particularly for a miracle, in the sense that it's irreversible and it goes against the natural order, that's very critical here. And I think the focus is much more on our prayer. We don't want our prayer to be that way.
Well, I think there's a lot to say about that particular point. In terms of the first issue, irreversible, it might be more common than we often realize. Let me give you an example of something which I often hear. Someone will be going in for a medical test, and I'll hear people say, please pray that it goes well. In my mind, that skirts the difference between praying for something that already happened and praying for the future. If I'm praying that the test shows that everything is okay, that's actually tefillat shav, because the test checking for something that already happened, meaning does this person, for example, have cancer or not, isn't that already happened? The question is, does it exist in the person's body